But I guess being skinny is the new trend now. A lot of the thick that women wanted that shape, a lot of women like that. They like the petite look now. It's like a trend. So a lot of the BBL not really the thing.
Have you seen a woman take a picture and say, hey, this was my before when I had the BBL and this where I am now? Have you seen that yet?
I think Kim Kardashian got rid of her BBL. She kind of went down.
When it comes to plastic surgery for celebrities, so too with weight loss, there is a similar lack of transparency. For example, Kim Kardashian had to fit into that Marilyn Monroe dress for the Met Gala, and as many have surmised, including the New York Times, she may have taken Ozempic to drop weight quickly to try to fit into that dress.
Listen, them hoes will tell us anything. Like, they'll tell us anything. Have they put a picture up and said, okay, this when I had the BBL?
Nah.
Look how they lying then, man. They on that Zempo. What's that called? Zempo. Yeah, them hoes on that shit just telling us some shit, man. They just tell me and show us, prove it. Other than that, they just talking. Show us a picture and point, say, okay, you see where I was this right here? Show us and let us see how good it look now.
Yeah.
Let us see a comparison.
Lord, somebody check on Ice Spice. I don't know what's going on. Look at her. She gotta be sick. That's not workout weight loss. That's not what that is. I don't know if she on the verge of healthy or on the verge of crack. I don't know which one it is.
When there's compounded semaglutide, that means they're custom made. That means that pharmacies will use a recipe that's likely different from Ozempic or Wegovy, and the compounded semaglutide may have different or extra ingredients. And the product doesn't go through the same rigorous testing and approval process that Ozempic and Wegovy go through. In other words, the FDA does not evaluate their safety and effectiveness, okay? What is compounding? It's when a pharmacy actually sort of combines or mixes or changes ingredients to create a medication tailored to the needs of an individual patient. Usually it involves combining 2 or more drugs, but compounded drugs are not FDA approved, and the agency does not verify the safety or effectiveness of compounded drugs, okay?
1,500% increase in calls related to injected weight loss as people accidentally overdose.
The FDA is warning us that, hey, some of these compounded semaglutide products, number one, may be causing negative side effects in people. Number two, these pharmacies may be using forms of semaglutide that are not, evidence-based, that are not recommended, etc., may not be safe, may not be effective.
I don't like the idea of taking drugs for weight loss, obviously, especially when it's something you can achieve without it. And I have seen plenty of people who have used this, and they've used it, they've lost a lot of weight, and then they try and come off, and their appetite goes through the roof.
And the worst part of all of it, once you stop taking it, the weight will come right back. This type of yo-yo dieting has been associated with numerous health risks, including returning to your normal weight and then going past it and gaining even more weight after you stop a medication like this.
Because it suppresses your appetite, it makes it hard for you to eat, it makes you almost a little nauseous, so it's hard to eat, and then it regulates your blood sugar, so your body thinks it's getting enough nutrients in, but it often isn't. So people can be malnourished, under-eating, having no appetite, taking this, lose weight, feel great, and then when they stop, that appetite comes back with a vengeance, and then they eat again and lose it, and then to get back on that drug.
Oh God.
If that's not an addiction, I don't know what is,
I'm leaning more towards the crack. I just don't know. Somebody gotta check on her. Check on her. Where's Carson at when you need him? All these people in your stream, call that girl. Check on her. How's she doing mentally? Something is eating up. Do she got parasites? What the hell is happening? Ice Spice. They talking about the ice done melted. Oh my Lord. The iceberg done sank. The ice has been, salt has been thrown on the ice. I just hope she's okay.
That's not Ice Spice. That's thin ice. That's right. Thin ice.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey and witness what happens when a gimmick runs away. Ain't no fun when the gimmick is done. That's right. And who are we talking about? Ice Spice, known for booty shaking and heartbreaking, very little lyrical dexterity, and a whole lot of posterity. What we're talking about is those flappable cheeks, always on fleek. As always, we promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. But there's nothing left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages, I would normally relish in going in on Ice Spice, but I feel a little bit of kind of different, where I'm going to have to show a bit of my kindness, because we don't know what Ice Spice is going through. She's been losing her assets, she's been losing the boobs, she's doing things that's just sinking her career. And what appears to me here is that there's so many things that's going on in her own personal world, whether it's being stressed or pressured by the companies to keep on producing music and try to make something out of a success out of an almost non-existent career. But what's not really helping her is her shooting herself in her own foot. By taking these Ozempic injections, what I'm speculating, the evidence points to her rather gaunt face and rather thin and frail looking body.
You need to take your ass back to McDonald's. McDonald's or my AFC. Popeye something.
Significant weight loss with drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy can change the way our faces look. As we've covered in other videos, we have many fat compartments throughout our face, and these compartments are affected by anything that leads to weight loss, diet and exercise, and or with drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. As our weight drops, the fat in our face decreases as well. This could lead to areas appearing more hollow, more gaunt, and also our skin starting to droop. It may be that the faster the weight loss with these medications and the more significant the weight loss, the less the body has an ability to adapt and adjust. And that can lead to more sagging at a faster rate.
Now, if you're taking Ozempic or Wegovy the correct way, this shouldn't be happening. My suspicion is the people who are experiencing this quote-unquote Ozempic face or this hollowed out look are individuals who are rushing to lose weight, using it in a way that is not being prescribed to them, because when doctors prescribe these medicines, they do it with a titration mindset, meaning they start low and they slowly increase your dose while monitoring how much weight you're losing, how many side effects you're experiencing.
Now, polite savages, we've got to learn our lesson with Chadwick Boseman when people were going in on him, not realizing the kind of struggle that man was going through when he was fighting against cancer. But with Ice Spice, I think it's a little bit of a different situation. What it looks like to me, she's taking the shortcuts, just like she's doing the 304 slut rap. But instead of getting her guts busted in, it seems like she's doing some extra substances, beating the need for her to go get surgery, like a tummy tuck. I'm a gym rat myself, and from what I see, normally when girls go inside the gym, doing their squats, normally these girls will be getting more muscle, as well as leaning out. But with Ice Spice, it does not look like that way. Just look at the 2024 Olympia Bikini Champion, Miss Laura Lee, not sure how you say it, Chapados. Just by looking at Ice Spice with my non-expert eye, like I said, speculating here, Ice Spice looks like she's doing more than just gym time and keeping on a strict diet, controlling her nutrition to achieving a look like a bikini competitor, ready to hit on stage.
Ideally, what doctors are looking for is for a continued 1 to 2 pound weight loss per week. Obviously, that varies depending on your own individual situation, but certainly not the 10-15 pounds in 1 week that people are claiming they've lost on these medications when they're using them in a non-prescribed, uncontrolled way.
Ice Spice may still have a little bit of her assets, but the muscle tone is lacking. She might got her abs in, but she looks thin and frail, lacking quality muscle that you would find in a bikini competitor. The only reason why I'm speculating about all of this is because her face is a dead giveaway, to show that she may be on something to be affecting how she's looking and how her body is popping. I just find it mighty odd that she's willing to get rid of her body, which will have a detrimental, deleterious effect on her once burgeoning career, where all she needed to do was appear on stage and shake her rear, stay clear of all the controversy, keep pushing out music and making them single drops. But instead, she's going for the major weight loss, losing all the things that has made her into Ice Spice. I don't know who's giving her advice, whether it's the record labels or something that's going inside of her own head, but just out of straight concern. I don't want to say too much because it could be something as serious as cancer.
Ice Spice, I don't know what's going on with you. The only thing thick about you now is your damn eyebrows. Your tits are like 2 slices of Papa John pizza. I don't know what's going on. If this is Ozempic, I don't want it. Keep it away from me. This is crazy. Help her.
Or she's going through some type of issues causing her a lot of stress, regretting her life choices where she's now looked as a one-trick pony by shaking and twerking that thing, where the only thing that people want to see is not slaying in her music, but objectifying her music art form. But that's what happens when you bust it out open on stage, bearing all your goodies and your assets, looking almost nude, shaking and twerking and gyrating on stage, where inevitably she will not delay her career imploding because she's been coasting on her sexuality instead of working on her personality and putting in more time to make good music.
Yeah, there definitely aren't 15 plus years of clinical trials on this on humans.
Yeah, and it's a diabetic.
So everybody out there, all these people right now taking it are the clinical trials.
Yeah,
what
you're
side
right.
effects are going to be in the next 10 to 15 years.
There's also a black box warning for a specific type of thyroid cancer. This comes from studies that were done in rodent models that showed growth of a specific type of thyroid tumor. Acute pancreatitis, which is a condition where the pancreas becomes quite inflamed, has also been noted in this class of medications, and it's really important to note that pancreatitis can be severe and can be fatal. It's also unclear whether or not this has any implications for pancreatic cancer in the long run.
Well, hopefully Ice Spice is alright, and that she'll think twice of taking drugs like Ozempic if she is on it. Because I think she's using a combination of that and other weight loss things, just from having my own experience in the fitness scene. There's some things I can say that takes a lot more than just going to the gym and staying on your diet and your workout plan. But Ice Spice, this is really my message to you. Not only do you have to gain that weight back so you can get your music back on track, get your assets and get your racks popping all once again so you can get back on stage twerking and gyrating, stacking that paper. Hopefully you're not having to deal with no cancers. And this message really goes to anyone. If you continue to take compounded drugs, new elixirs, mixing up Ozempic with other type of weight loss drugs, that if anyone were to continue this path, not only will they have other adverse side effects that would happen to their health, but their chances of having thyroid cancer and pancreatic cancer greatly increase when chasing that shortcut weight loss just for your vanity. Where what happens is now you're stuck on a hamster wheel in an endless cycle of taking Ozempic, getting off of it, but gaining the weight right back where you need to go right back on Ozempic so you can keep the weight loss off your body. That right there is a negative dopamine feedback loop, which translates to you're in a full-blown addiction.
That's all I got for you polite savages. Like and subscribe, hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness